this question, we're looking at how oxidation numbers links with electrochemistry. The question says the phenomena of rusting is an electrochemical process in which iron is oxidized to Fe2 plus in the presence of air, oxygen, and water. Now remember, you have just watched a video on how to use the table of standard reduction potentials, and that's really important to answer these questions because now you need to use the knowledge of oxidation numbers and relate it now with electrochemistry to answer this question. The question already tells us that we are looking at Fe and that it is oxidized to Fe2 plus, so it's going through oxidation, and we know that during oxidation electrons are lost. Then we also know that the Fe is reacting with air and water, and air is oxygen and water is H2O. So we have O2 and H2O. So when we look at our table of standard reduction potentials, we need to find an equation that includes oxygen and water to form a product, and that equation needs to be balanced. So when we already know that Fe plus Fe2 plus 2 electrons, we know that this is our oxidation half reaction because it was given in the question. So obviously the next equation, including oxygen and water, is going to be the reduction half reaction. B says write an equation for the overall net equation for the rusting process using the equations you've chosen in A. Now it's important to just check that you've chosen the right equations in A because there are several equations that include water on the standard reduction potential table. So just check that the right equation is chosen, because if that equation is incorrect, then you're going to carry that mistake into the next question. So now we write the two equations, one beneath the other, and remember we aim to get equal number of electrons in both so that the electrons will be equal and can be excluded from the equation. So a common factor here, we can multiply by 2. If we multiply this equation by 2, then the electrons will be equal. 4 electrons in this equation and 4 electrons in the first equation. So if we multiply this by 2, then we get 2 iron, 2 Fe2 plus, and 4 electrons. So therefore, these electrons can then cancel out, and then the final net equation is 2 Fe plus O2 plus 2 H2O gives you 2 Fe2 plus 4 OH minus. Now let's look at the next question.